You can see this video as a form of therapy. A therapy to try to go past our horrible nightmares, scarring and painful memories of the Legion Legendary system. I know, it can be painful and hurtful to dig back those memories, but me and you already talked about this with our psychologist. We had plenty of therapy sessions about it, and we both have agreed that sometimes the best system to heal from such a psychological wound is to face our fears, face our nightmares and our biggest demons, which is why we are now going to face another legendary acquisition system in Shadowlands. This time though, we have learned from our mistakes. This is going to be a cleansing process. It's going to be something that is going to be just for our souls. It's not going to hurt us. It's not going to be painful. It is going to fulfill our wishes and deliver us a much more peaceful mental state. It is going to change our opinion of legendaries altogether, hopefully. So we are now going to investigate on the Shadowlands legendary acquisition system and see exactly what you have to do to get this fucking legendary properly this time. Fuck you, Legion. So, to begin this healing process, we have to talk about the key thing of all of this, the thing that missed from the abomination of Legion, the memories. The memory of the rune carver is essentially the recipe that is needed to craft your legendary. It is the effect of the legendary that you need to loot first before you can even think about crafting one. These memories can drop from multiple activities. Primarily, it's going to be dungeon bosses, it's going to be world bosses, it's going to be raid bosses, and then some PvP honor vendors, as well as reputation unlocks, currently at honored. Now, important to point out is that memories can drop from Mythic Plus, and the memories are only going to be lootable for you if you have completed the Mo unlocking chain quest, which is something you're going to be doing as soon as you hit max level. And also, obviously, since bosses have a single memory per class and different specs do not overlap on bosses, you're going to be unlocking your memories for every single specialization of your class. You don't have to be spec'd in a certain role and specialization to be able to get that specific memory. Your class will be looting every specialization memories. Now, this seems like a good start for our healing therapy session. However, this might still be a ruse. It might still be a very intricate plan to make us hurt even more. Yes, we get our legendary effect rather quickly and rather easily. It could have taken us 3 months of farming LFR, normal and heroic raids from Legion and doing the Wither scenario and doing world quests, and instead now we've got it from like the first dungeon we are doing. This seems all too easy. There must be a trick. I've been too damaged from Legion to believe that this is all it is. But what's next? Next is gear. Obviously, once you have a memory, you need to stamp it on some piece of gear. You have your usual crafting professions, tailoring, leatherworking, and blacksmithing, as well as jewel crafting for your rings and amulets. These pieces of gear are going to be unlockable by normal profession leveling. It's not going to require some sort of chain quest, profession related, or some raid drops or dungeon drops or anything. They are guaranteed in your profession book for you to have. You are going to unlock rank 1, and then once you unlock rank 1, you need to craft it 10 times to be able to learn the rank 2 version, and then you have to craft the rank 2 version 20 times, and then the rank 3 version 20 times before you can unlock the last tier. Now, don't be discouraged. These pieces of gear are not buy and don't pick. These pieces of gear can be sold and bought on the auction house, so you're not gonna have to end up with 60 pieces of gear you can't even use anymore, rot in the bank after you have to spend hundreds of gold for all the materials. You can just sell them, and they're gonna sell, don't worry. Now, once you have crafted your piece of gear, you need to attach it with secondary stats. Secondary stats come from Inscription. Inscription can craft missives of haste, crit, verse, and mastery, and you have 2 choices for your legendary. You're gonna put them there, and you're gonna put them there with your legendary effect. Now, all that's left is going to be the Soul Ash. Aha! I knew it. I knew there was a trick. I knew this is going to be just another Legion again. Soul Ash is going to be some ridiculously grindy system. It's going to have massive amounts of RNG. Look at that. It's even orange, the name. It's going to be like a legendary. It's going to be an RNG drop. I'm going to have to go farm rabbits in some fucking plains, God knows where, all day just to try to get some drop of Soul Ash. The fuck is Soul Ash? Well, calm down, please. You need to try to keep all the bad thoughts out, okay? Legion can't touch you anymore. Just quiet down. Soul Ash drops from Torghast. Torghast is the new activity that's going to be introduced in Shadowlands for solo content or group content if you want. Torghast is divided into 6 different wings. You can do essentially the endless versions of Torghast, which are just for cosmetic effects, and the endless version are essentially a combination of all these different wings. They have a different style and a different flavor to each of them. Now, these wings are divided into different levels. 8 levels. Every level is going to have 6 floors. On the 6th floor there's going to be the end boss of the level. How you're going to be progressing in Torghast at the start is going to be very grindy, but within 3 weeks it's actually going to be very, very quick. What does this mean? It means you're going to be starting with all the levels but the first one locked, and you will have to go through the level number 1, complete the 6th floor, and that will unlock the level number 2. You will be able to do level number 2 and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until you're at the number 8. What happens in the following week or the next time that wing is going to be available is that you will be able to choose which level do you want to start in. If on week 1 you have gone all the way up to level number 4 by doing level 1, level 2 and level 3, the next time this wing is available you can immediately go to level 4. And the acquisition of Soul Ash is cumulative. It's similar to Titan Residium for Mythic Plus. If you want Titan Residium for a Mythic Plus 15, you don't have to complete a Mythic Plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until you're at 15 to get that Titan Residium. All you have to do is the 15 and you're going to be getting all the Titan Residium. In Torghast is going to be working the same. If you complete the level number 1, and then you complete the level number 2, and then you complete the level number 3, that's going to be 30 Soul Ash. Whereas if you simply go in and complete level number 3 immediately, you're going to be getting 30 Soul Ash immediately. This means that the maximum amount of Soul Ash available for you each week is going to be 100. Why 100? Because there is only going to be 2 wings open every week. This is a rotation system similar to the Island Expeditions. Sorry, I always have trouble pronouncing that. It's going to be similar. So you're going to have 2 available only, and if you can count here from level 1 to level 8, that's going to be 50. You complete the first for 50, and then you complete the second for 50, and you get your 100 weekly. And because of this cumulative system, after the first time you have gone through level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 manually, the next time you will simply be able to enter in level 8 and only do level 8. So the entire system, after the first 3 weeks where the 2 wings rotate out, and for the next 2, so after you have gotten through all the wings and you have been able to unlock the last level of all the wings, from that point onwards, all you have to do is level 8 in wing number 1, level 8 in wing number 2, and in half an hour for the week you're done for your Soul Ash. This is the same amount of time roughly of doing a vision in Nyalotha. It's about the same time. Now 100 Ash is an important breakpoint because crafting the first tier of your legendary is going to cost 100 Ash. The first tier is the lowest item level, and then you have tier number 2, tier number 3 and tier number 4, costing respectively 100, 200, 300 and 400. So you have a situation where you can craft tier 1 after 1 week, or you can craft the tier 4 after 4 weeks. Or you can craft tier 1 after 1 week and then upgrade it to tier 4 after 3 weeks for 300 extra. Either way, the pace is about 1 legendary per week. Now, remember that Blizzard stated a few months ago that the current pace for legendary acquisition was supposed to be 2 to 3 weeks to get 1. But we don't know exactly if this 100 per week, 1 legendary per week system is going to stay. Yeah, after all, we are so far away from release. I mean, it's a month. It's like plenty of time to change it. Anyways, we can see that obtaining a legendary is going to be rather simple. We can see that getting the missives for your secondary stats as well as the piece of gear to craft or to buy, it's also going to be very simple. And the Soul Ash is going to be a very simple process after the first couple of weeks of hard grinding to unlock all the levels of all the wings. Now, there could be some annoyance related to the fact that some of the legendary effects are going to be tied behind a raid boss, which means you first have to clear the raid before you get your memory. Then again, from what I could see, the memory drops were guaranteed, and all you have to do is clear normal to get your memories, so they are not going to impact your mythic progression in any way. As well as the fact that we have 2 weeks before Mythic opens and Mythic Plus season starts, etc, meaning you're gonna have a lot of time to do all your dungeons, to get all your dungeon related memories, the world bosses, the PvP honor farming, etc. So you're gonna have tons of time to unlock most of them before raids are even out. So we can see that throughout this therapy session, our psychologist, Blizzard, I don't know if you have heard him before, seems to have been way more careful in the way the patient is to be handled, because even after treating the serious illness of complete RNG for legendary acquisition, even the small things have been taken care of. For example, the fact that back in Legion, you could get your best in slot legendary, which was in one of your tier slots, back when armor tier sets existed. This meant that the legendary replaced your tier set, which means you needed to find a different tier set piece, which maybe you didn't even have yet, or maybe that the different tier set had shit secondary stats, so you were forced to use worse secondary stats because your basically best in slot tier set piece with your best stats was taken by your legendary. Not even that Blizzard is going to let fly this time. Now you will be able to choose your slot. You're gonna be able to choose your secondaries as well. Not only that, but with this system, in a few months you will even be able to craft duplicates of the same legendary with different secondary stats, in case they are needed by the same spec. So it seems like this round everything seems to have been put in place to try to keep the bad noise down, you know, shut the evil voices out, keep us in a safe environment, and do not allow this borrowed power system to crumble around us and ruin every other part of the game, because we are constantly pushed towards doing something related to this endlessly grindy system to get your legendary that you can never quite have choice on, you can never quite decide anything on. This time around seems to be much more carefully designed, and I am pretty happy with how it works like now. I happily embrace this new legendary acquisition system, and tell me what you guys think about it, and especially if you think you will be able to get over the horrors of the Legendaries that we had to go through.
God, it was so fucking